Yes, guys, welcome from me, Champions Manager 0102, player profile time. Nothing special today on today's chosen player that you can see right there. Wes Brown, Manchester United. I've got a bit to say on this prick. So Wes Brown, let's talk about him with CM. Now, the thing about Wes Brown, right, in CM, he always looks and turns into a fucking really good player. And you can see in terms of how this 10-season game has developed here. 61 caps for England. Funnily enough, he's very loyal to Manchester United, as he pretty much was in real life. And he was at Man United the whole time. And you can see, I mean, look, he's very, very consistent. Season 1, he had a good hatful of games. Season 2, 7-4-1. I mean, look, there you go. Season 6, 7-6-1. He's very, very prolific indeed. I think predominantly he's at centre-back, but he's obviously able to play at right-back as well. And I think with Man United on the ODB, they start with Gary Neville as well, don't they? So he's very sort of Gary Neville. And if you're lucky to get him, he's a good shout. He really is. I mean, even at the age of 31, he's about to turn 32 in this. He still looks fairly decent. You know, he's still got some pace and real strong pace, and you know he's very technical. So he probably might play better at fullback or centre back. If you've got any experience of him in terms of where he plays, let us know. Share it with us. It's a shame really that he hadn't moved in 10 years because we could get a better perspective to see where he slips up. Because I think it's like real life, really. You get some players who can make it in one country and can't in another. And it bugs me. It really bugs me because it's a bit like real life with Peterborough United. We buy a striker who's the best thing since sliced bread, who scored 50 goals in fucking the non-league, Deodora, Beezer Holmes League, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Stick him in Peterborough shirt, he gets 5 games, he don't score jack shit, and we sell him. You see it with teams that in the Premier League that buy a striker who scored loads of goals in whatever country and they just don't do it in the Premier League. It's very, very similar with how a defender performs as well, you know. So that's him in terms of CM, not too much. Not really massive amounts in terms of a history in real life. Was born in Manchester. So, you know, he was born in alongside Manchester, so he's very much a local boy. And his youth career started at a youth team called Fletcher Moss Rangers, who I can only assume, without checking in depth, they must be a local team in Manchester. But he got his youth contract at Man United in 1996. Now, it's funny, really, because you get a lot of players who start in the youth team of clubs at like a toddler's age almost, you know what I mean? But his youth Man United was in 1992, so it was sort of 13. So a bit later than some. Some can get really, really young, but 13. And then at 16 years of age, or 16, 17 shall I say, he broke into the Man United team. 1996 he made his debut, so he'd have been 16, 17 years of age. I'd say 17, because he was born in October. And he was with Man United right through till 2011, where he amassed 230-odd games, only 3 goals. I think played most of his games predominantly at centre-back. But yeah, you know, quite a loyal servant to Man United, no doubt about that. So funnily enough, right, really ironic, with the CM game, I'm in the year 2011, and he stayed at Man United till 2011. That's bizarre. In 2011, he moved to Sunderland. Now, credit where it's due, he was at Sunderland for 5 years until 2016. Maybe not as many games. I think he was a bit plagued by latter stages in his career of injury. 76 games in total. 2016 to 2017, he went to Blackburn Rovers, where he made a mere 5 appearances. And finally, in 2017 to 18, this is where he lets himself down, in my opinion, as an individual. He went to Kerala Blasters in India. that, of course, would be the same sort of time that all the money was circulating in India. So when I do these player profiles, I do some research and I learn about people, players, how they make the move for the money. You can't tell me, right? He hasn't earned his living to set him up for life. That's going to bring me in line with another conversation in a moment. For England, he made his career for England at the age of 20, from 1999 right through until 2010. And it was only 23 caps for England. He did break into the England under 21s in 1998. So, I've got no information on him, what he's doing now. I'll tell a lie. I've got no... obviously, there's a reason I can't find information on him now, because he was in the press, wasn't he? He was in the press a week ago that he's bankrupt. Now, a little bit of a controversial subject here. Because he was earning at one point, when he was at Man Utd, 50 grand a week, right? 50 grand a week. So, as far as I'm concerned, right, it's unacceptable to want pity, expose that you're bankrupt. I think it's absolutely fucking disgraceful. I don't accept it. And people say, oh, but he had a divorce, or he battled this and he battled that. I don't give a shit. That is not, people say that money isn't everything. It is. It fucking makes a better life. I don't care what anybody says, right? I, like the rest of the millions, would love to have been in that position. And so many players do it. It fucking pisses me off. David James did it. Gascoigne, don't get me started on Gascoigne. Then you get players like Robbie Fowler. Now, he invested a lot of his money in property. Now, yeah, maybe Wes Brown did some investments that went wrong, but you still don't invest all your capital. You have, I can't accept it. 50 grand a week, right? On average, right, a good wage is what, a couple of grand a month, right? At best, at net pay. Fucking 200 grand a month. It's unacceptable, and it pisses me off, right? Where he then does an interview talking about his bankruptcy and his divorce, his failed marriage. I can't accept it, and and it's funny really, because I knew that already, and then I read up prior to this video about him going to India, and it just I get players moving for money. It's no different than this person moving to a different company for the same job but for more money. I get that. But when you're talking that scaled money, for you to, by the age of 44, to be saying you're bankrupt, it is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Now, I know some people will be totally against that, and you know what? That's just the way it is. So that's why I did Wes Brown today, to be honest with you, because of that, and to get my perspective in of players. I mean, when David James did it, David James he went through it as well. It's unacceptable. And he was probably a similar sort of player, weren't he, for England? We might do David James next if we can. Let's have a look if David James is on the game. I don't think he's going to be on this game, is he? Still, not 10 years in. No, that's not the David James, is it? No, okay, not to worry, fuck him. That's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed my little fucking rant. Until next time, take it easy.